Have you ever walked past a mirror, stopped suddenly, and thought, wait, when did that spot show up on my skin? Maybe it's that stubborn little patch on your cheek, a mark across your hands, or a shadow on your chest that wasn't there before. And in that moment, the reflection staring back at you doesn't just show your face, it shows time itself. Over the years, I've had countless patients, over 50, sit in my office and whisper, "Doctor, I don't recognize my skin anymore. I feel like my outside is aging faster than my inside." And you know what? That's not vanity, that's human. Because skin isn't just tissue, it's our story. Every freckle, every line, every spot is a chapter we've lived. But here's the truth, you don't have to accept every page as permanent. You can rewrite parts of the story. And sometimes, the ink you need doesn't come in a $200 cream or a dermatologist's office. Sometimes, it's sitting quietly in your kitchen waiting to surprise you. Today on Senior Health After 50, I want to share with you not only a natural, affordable remedy for those stubborn dark spots, but also the science behind why it works, the deeper meaning these marks carry, and most importantly, how you can reclaim confidence in the reflection staring back at you. Stick with me, because I'll also share real stories from patients, surprising medical insights, and even timeless lessons from history that might just change the way you see your own skin. And if you find value in what we're about to explore, do me a small favor, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel, Senior Health After 50. Your support helps us keep bringing you natural, science-backed ways to live healthier, stronger, and more confident at every age. Why these spots appear. When we talk about those little brown patches on the skin, what dermatologists call lentigines, or simply age spots, it's important to understand they aren't random blemishes that pop up just to frustrate us. They are history written on the skin. From a medical perspective, these spots are clusters of melanin, the pigment that gives our skin its color. Melanin is your body's built-in defense system, your natural sunscreen. Each time you strolled outdoors without protection, whether it was hours in the garden, a beach vacation, or even quick errands in the afternoon sun, your skin worked tirelessly, producing more melanin to protect you from ultraviolet light. Over decades, that defense leaves its mark, etching reminders of a life fully lived under the open sky. But the story doesn't stop with biology. There's also psychology. I've seen men and women who feel full of energy inside, still hiking, dancing, traveling, yet when they look in the mirror, those spots tell them a different story. Some start wearing long sleeves even in summer, others shy away from photographs, and a few quietly admit they avoid their own reflection. It's not vanity, it's human. Because confidence doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your skin, in how you meet your own gaze. So while medically, age spots form because of sun exposure, hormonal shifts, and aging, psychologically, they carry weight far beyond pigment. They influence how we dress, how we socialize, even how we measure our own worth. For some, they become tiny shadows on confidence. As a physician, I tell my patients, your reflection is not just skin deep. These spots are not a verdict, they're a conversation between your past and your present. And if they affect how you feel about yourself, then learning how to care for them isn't simply cosmetic, it's about protecting the harmony between how you live and how you see yourself. The problem with modern treatments. The beauty industry has a way of spotting our insecurities before we do, and then turning them into billion-dollar opportunities. They know those little brown spots on your skin frustrate you, and they know you're searching for answers. And so, they offer solutions with shiny labels and heavy price tags. But here's the trap. Most of these treatments are designed not to cure, but to keep you coming back. Laser sessions? They can cost thousands of dollars for a handful of appointments. Yes, some people see results, but I've also treated patients who came away with burns or new scars that were harder to hide than the spots themselves. Chemical peels? Imagine stripping away layers of your skin with acid, hoping the new skin beneath will be fresh. In theory, it sounds promising. In practice, I've seen burns, swelling, and long-lasting redness that made people regret ever walking into that clinic. Prescription creams? They can work for some, but often at a price thinning skin, irritation, and side effects that sometimes look worse than the original problem. I'll never forget Linda, a retired teacher in her late 60s. She was the kind of woman who had dedicated her life to nurturing others, yet when it came to her own skin, she felt defeated. Month after month, she'd come to my office with a new product: hydroquinone creams, retinoids, expensive age-defying serums that promise miracles. Each month, her skin looked angrier, her wallet was lighter, and her hope was dimmer. Finally, she sighed and said, "Doctor, maybe this is just who I am now." And I looked at her and said something I want you to remember too. Your skin doesn't define your worth, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. The same applies here. The beauty industry thrives on discouragement. They profit when you try, fail, and try again. But here's the truth from a medical perspective. Healthy skin doesn't come from punishing it with harsh chemicals or empty promises. It comes from supporting it, respecting its biology, and working with its natural rhythms. So if you've ever stood in the drugstore aisle staring at rows of bottles and jars, wondering which one might finally work, know that you're not alone. And more importantly, know that the solution isn't always in a lab. Sometimes it's in choosing to stop chasing quick fixes and start understanding what your skin truly needs. Nature's forgotten tools: potato and ginger. After years of watching patients spend fortunes on treatments that left them disappointed, I often remind them of a simple truth. Nature had answers long before the beauty industry had products. Some of the most effective remedies don't come in crystal bottles or with designer labels. They grow in the ground, sold for pennies in the grocery store. Take the humble potato and the fiery root of ginger. Ordinary? Yes. But underestimated? Absolutely. Potatoes carry more than starch. Hidden inside is an enzyme, catecholase, that helps regulate melanin, the very pigment behind those stubborn dark spots. Think of it like a gentle conductor calming an orchestra, helping the skin restore balance where melanin has played too loudly in one corner. Add in their vitamin C content, and suddenly you've got a natural skin brightener that works with your biology instead of against it. And then there's ginger. This root has been revered in medicine for thousands of years, from ancient Chinese texts to Indian Ayurveda. Modern science tells us why. Ginger is loaded with antioxidants that stimulate blood circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the skin. It's like sending reinforcements to a tired battlefield, helping skin cells repair and renew. Its anti-inflammatory powers also calm irritation, making spots less angry, less noticeable. Individually, these two are powerful, but together they create something greater. Potato works on the surface, fading pigmentation. Ginger works beneath, fueling circulation and healing. It's synergy, the same way a duet sounds richer than a solo. The potato and ginger remedy isn't glamorous. You won't see it in glossy ads, but it respects the body's design. It supports instead of assaults, and that's why it works. I once had a patient, Robert, who was skeptical. "Doctor, you're telling me a potato can do what a $300 cream couldn't?" I smiled and said, "Try it not because it's magic, but because it aligns with your body's own chemistry." 6 weeks later, his hands once covered in spots were clearer, but more importantly, his confidence returned. He laughed, saying, "I should have gone to the produce aisle instead of the pharmacy." That's the essence of natural medicine, not rejecting science, but remembering that science itself began with observation of nature. And when we marry modern understanding with ancient wisdom, we often find the gentlest, most effective path forward. How to use it? Now, let's get practical. You don't need a dermatologist's office, and you certainly don't need a cabinet full of expensive creams. What you need is sitting in your kitchen right now. Here's how to prepare this natural remedy step by step. 1. Start with 1 fresh potato. Wash it well, peel if you like, and grate it finely. You'll notice juice seeping out immediately. That liquid is loaded with catecholase and vitamin C, the compounds that help brighten skin and balance melanin. 2. Take a piece of fresh ginger, about the size of your thumb. Peel it and grate it just like the potato. As soon as you do, you'll smell that sharp, spicy aroma. That's the antioxidant power being released, the very compounds that boost circulation and healing. 3. Mix the two together. You want a moist paste, not too watery, not too dry. If it's runny, add a little more potato. If it's thick, add a splash of that potato juice you collected. 4. Apply the mixture directly to your spots. Use your fingers to spread it generously, and here's the key. Don't just smear it on. Massage it into your skin using gentle circular motions. This massage wakes up blood flow, helps the active compounds sink deeper, and gives your skin a little workout of its own. 5. Leave it for about 20 minutes. Set a timer. During this time, your skin is literally absorbing nature's medicine: potato lightening pigmentation, ginger boosting circulation. You may feel a mild tingling warmth. That's not irritation, that's activation. 6. Rinse with warm water. As you wash it off, keep using circular motions. Then pat your skin dry with a clean towel. Never rub harshly. Do this 2 or 3 times a week. No more, no less. With consistency, you'll start to notice subtle changes in the first couple of weeks and more visible changes by the end of a month. Now, let me put this into perspective with a story. Back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan, already in his 70s, was known for his weathered, sun-exposed skin from years on movie sets and ranch life. Reporters often described his cowboy hands, marked with age, spots, and sun damage. But Reagan never hid them. He often joked about them. What he understood, perhaps instinctively, was that skin tells a story. Still, if he'd had access to simple natural routines like this one, his skin could have been soothed and strengthened without harsh treatments that were common at the time. From a medical point of view, this process works not because it's magical, but because it's biological. Potato regulates melanin gently instead of bleaching it aggressively. Ginger enhances circulation instead of irritating the skin. Together, they respect the body's rhythms rather than fighting them. And here's something I always emphasize to my patients. While you wait during those 20 minutes, don't just pass the time. Turn it into a ritual of self-care. Brew some tea, read a chapter of your favorite book, or simply sit quietly. When you pair physical care with emotional calm, the benefits go beyond your skin. You're healing stress too, and stress, as science shows, accelerates aging faster than the sun itself. So the real power of this remedy is not just in what it does to your skin, but in how it changes your relationship with your reflection. It turns frustration into action, and action into progress. The real proof of any remedy isn't in a textbook, it's in people's lives. Over the years, I've seen patients try this natural approach and rediscover not just healthier skin, but a healthier relationship with themselves. Take Robert, a retired engineer in his early 70s. He walked into my clinic one spring day and said, "Doctor, my hands don't match how I feel inside. I feel strong, I walk every morning, but when I look down, these brown spots make me feel old." His frustration wasn't vanity, it was about identity. I suggested he try the potato and ginger remedy, along with sunscreen and hydration. 6 weeks later, he came back grinning. His hands weren't spotless, but they were lighter, and for the first time in years, he proudly showed them in photos with his grandkids. That confidence was more powerful than any cream could offer. This story reminds us of a truth I've witnessed again and again. Health isn't about chasing perfection. It's about making peace with your story while giving your body the support it needs to thrive. Now let's talk about something many people overlook. Natural remedies like potato and ginger can do a lot, but their results multiply when you pair them with the right lifestyle habits. Think of it like tending a garden. You can plant the seeds, but without water, sunlight, and care, they won't thrive. Hydration. Your skin is nearly 2/3 water. Without enough hydration, the enzymes and antioxidants you apply won't have the right environment to work. I often tell my patients, if you want your skin to look alive, give it what every living cell craves: water. Even something as simple as keeping a bottle by your side and sipping throughout the day can make your skin respond faster. Just ask Serena Williams, the tennis legend. She has openly said hydration is non-negotiable for her performance. It's no surprise her skin glows with vitality even after grueling matches because hydration heals from the inside out. Sun protection. The best remedy in the world won't help if you keep feeding the problem. Ultraviolet light is the #1 driver of age spots. Sunscreen may not feel glamorous, but it's powerful medicine. Apply it daily, rain or shine. Cover your skin with light clothing when possible and avoid direct midday exposure. The lesson? Prevention is a form of power. Guarding your skin today is an investment in the way you'll look and feel tomorrow. Nutrition. What you eat shows up on your skin. Antioxidant-rich foods like berries, leafy greens, and bright vegetables flood your system with compounds that repair damage from the inside. It's no accident that cultures with diets full of colorful produce often have elders with radiant, resilient skin. When I worked with patients struggling with stubborn spots, adding just 2 servings of antioxidant-rich fruits a day sped up their progress noticeably. The science is clear. The skin is a mirror of your plate. Rest and recovery. Most of your skin's repair work happens while you sleep. If you cut corners on rest, you're robbing your body of the chance to heal. The Dalai Lama once said, "Sleep is the best meditation, and it's also one of the best medicines." Deep rest reduces stress hormones, lowers inflammation, and gives your skin cells time to renew. Without it, even the best remedies falter. Optional boosters. Some patients add a teaspoon of raw honey into the potato ginger paste. Honey is antimicrobial, soothing, and deeply nourishing. It makes the remedy stick better while adding healing power. But the bigger lesson is this: you don't need complexity. Simple, natural additions amplify results without overcomplicating the process. When you combine these habits, hydration, sun protection, good nutrition, deep rest with the potato and ginger remedy, you're not just treating age spots. You're giving your body a full ecosystem of support. And when that happens, your reflection starts to change, not just because the spots are fading, but because your entire system is healthier, calmer, and more resilient. At the end of the day, these spots on your skin aren't enemies. They're reminders. They tell the story of summers spent in the sun, of children raised, of work done, of struggles survived. They're not a verdict, they're a record. But here's the lesson. While you cannot erase your past, you can shape your present. And that's what this journey's about. The potato and ginger remedy is not a magic wand, it's a tool. Pair it with hydration, nutrition, protection, and rest. And suddenly you're no longer just treating your skin, you're honoring it. Think of Eleanor Roosevelt's words: "Beautiful young people are accidents of nature, but beautiful old people are works of art." Every wrinkle, every spot, every line is brushstroke on the canvas of your life. The goal isn't to wipe the canvas clean, it's to make it shine brighter. Even Steve Jobs, near the end of his life, admitted that health, not wealth, was the true measure of success. He reminded us that the way we care for ourselves, the respect we give to our bodies, matters more than anything money can buy. And that's exactly what this remedy represents: respect for the body's natural rhythms, a choice to heal rather than punish, to support rather than suppress. As a physician, I've seen something powerful happen when patients take this perspective. They stop chasing quick fixes. They stop measuring their worth in wrinkles or spots. Instead, they start living with confidence because they know they're caring for themselves in a way that aligns with nature, science, and dignity. So here's the lesson for all of us over 50. Aging is not defeat, it's design. Your body is asking for partnership, not war. And when you give it patience, consistency, and natural care, it responds, not just with healthier skin, but with renewed spirit. Because in the end, the most radiant glow doesn't come from erasing the years. It comes from living them fully and honoring the reflection that looks back at you. Here's the truth I want you to carry with you. Those spots on your skin are not flaws. They are chapters written by sunlit days, hard work, love, and survival. You can't erase the past, but you can shape the present. That's what this journey is about. When you commit to simple, natural care like the potato and ginger remedy paired with patience, hydration, protection, and rest, you're not just tending to your skin, you're honoring it. You're saying, my story matters, but so does the way I choose to live the next chapter. So when you look in the mirror, don't just see age spots, see vitality, see courage, see wisdom. And know this, the most beautiful part of you was never your skin. It has always been your story. If this message resonates with you, I'd love for you to support this journey. Like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to Senior Health After 50. Together, we'll keep discovering natural, science-backed ways to age with strength, dignity, and confidence.